Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting a video series on my favorite topic to talk about, EDC Las Vegas. This first video, as you can tell from the title, is going to be for EDC first timers or EDC Las Vegas beginners. I'm just going to go over some helpful tips, a little bit of advice, and then if you stick around for the end, I'm going to throw in a couple of videos and pictures from my experience the last 2 years. So hang around for that if you want to see. So the first thing I want to talk about is hotels. At this point, it's less than 2 months out, so I'm sure a lot of you have this booked already, but if you don't, definitely take into consideration location, whatever is most important to you. I've personally stayed in right on the Strip the last couple of times I've been to Vegas. I like to stay in a different hotel every time I go. I mean, staying on the Strip, you're close to everything, closer to the restaurants, bars, pool parties. So if that is something you're interested in doing, it makes it a little bit easier. But obviously, if you have a budget you need to keep in mind, definitely look around and see what's affordable for you. The next topic is shuttles. So if you are driving into the festival or taking another form of transportation, then don't worry about this. But for a beginner, I personally highly recommend doing the Insomniac shuttle buses. You pay one price for the 3-day pass for the weekend. I think it was like $95 or around $100. And it's the easiest way. There's a bunch of stops on the Strip, so you can kind of look at their map and see what's closest. Again, I chose the Las Vegas Village. I did that one last year. And I just think it's the easiest way to get there. You're gonna hit traffic no matter what, but the Insomniac shuttles actually get to cut off the highway and go through the Air Force Base there. So they take like a little bit of a shortcut to try and cut waiting time to get to the festival. As far as entry time and everything, they keep the lines moving pretty quickly. I've never had a problem. Insomniac does a great job of making everything run pretty smoothly. You know, there have been hiccups in the past, so I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but just keep in mind the other shuttles, so there are third-party shuttles that are not run by Insomniac that will not be allowed to cut through the Air Force Base this year. So I recommend booking the official shuttles. They know how to take care of everyone, and it's fun. I mean, if it's your first time, it's a bus full of people. Somebody always plugs in their phone and puts music on, and it just gets you super pumped. So I personally recommend doing shuttle buses. Just to tell you a little bit about the wait time, depending on when you're gonna leave, you could wait anywhere from about 40 minutes to up to 2 hours sitting in traffic, so just be patient. You gotta expect that that's gonna happen. Usually Friday night is the worst, but my group, we personally like to get there early. I mean, you're paying all this money to go to this festival. I highly suggest going early anyway, but we never leave later than 7:30. That's when you start to get into, like, you might wait an hour and a half on those buses or in traffic. So the earlier you leave, the better. Last year, the shuttles were dropped off at the bottom of the festival, kind of close to the main stage. The year before, we were dropped off at the top of the bleachers, which, in my personal opinion, is the best view of the entire festival. So if you can get to the top of the bleachers to go check out that view, I highly suggest it at some point during the 3-day weekend. So as far as entry goes, when you get there, they have 2 different stops. So the first stop is security that you're gonna go through. Again, they keep everything moving pretty quickly. If you're bringing a Camelback like I am, they need to be emptied out before you bring them in, and they search, they do a pat down. For girls, it's a little bit easier. You're not wearing as much clothing, so normally they just look you up and down. They're like, go through, you're fine. My tutu got patted down last year, so they don't check your shoes, just throwing that out there. But yeah, so the security line goes pretty quickly in the beginning, and then you'll get to the second stop, which is when they check your ticket, and then you are in, and the fun friggin' begins. Wow. Once you're in, you're in. I can't even describe it. It depends on when you get there. It might be earlier in the day, it might be late at night, and the sun's already set. But my first tip for getting in would be to go straight for the refill water tents. They have several located throughout the festival. It's free. Again, if you have a Camelback, definitely take advantage. We just do that first just so that we're set to go. And they also have like food trucks everywhere, all types of food stalls. So if you want to eat or do whatever, you know, feel free to do that. But I would recommend as your first thing to do a lap around the festival. I personally think when you first get in, get your water, get your food, your drinks, whatever you're doing, and then take a lap around the whole thing just so that you can see what's new this year, or everything's new to you. So just to take it all in, it's huge. I can't describe to you how big this festival is. It's, again, for the millionth time, overwhelming. There are performers everywhere. There's art set up. They have different cars running around. There's 8 different stages, I think, this year. I'm pretty sure there's 8. So take a lap, go check out new stuff. There's rides. Last year they had a log flume ride. I wish I went on that. My next point, the heat. So I'm from New Jersey, but if you're from that area, you know what to expect, but it is hot. It's like 100-degree dry heat, hot. It feels like there's like an air blow dryer on you the whole damn time. So again, emphasis on the water. Just be prepared for that. It's really hot. People are in like little to no clothing, so you can expect to see some interesting outfit choices. But everything goes there, so absolutely no judgment in EDC Las Vegas. You know, do whatever you gotta do to beat the heat. As far as cash goes, I personally bring about like $60 a day. I have never spent all that money. But again, I have a Camelback, so I'm not constantly buying drinks, and I don't really drink that much alcohol. So most of my food most of my money goes to either food, or they actually have like candy shops set up throughout, which is like the best because I love lollipops and candy. So you can buy different things throughout the festival. I think $60 is enough, but that's totally up to you. Another tip is there is little to no cell phone service. Not that you should be on your phones for this thing. This isn't Coachella. So just be prepared. I got no service the entire weekend. So if you have a big group and you're going to separate from each other, pick a meeting point for sure, because you will not be able to contact each other when you get in there. Like maybe every now and then service will come through, but I personally did not get any. It's kind of fun just to put your phone away and not think about it for the hours of the festival. Which, by the way, I didn't mention, but I'm pretty sure they're 7 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. It's a long night. Rest up. So really quickly, I just want to go over the stages with you guys. If you're beginners, you can easily look at any of the videos on there. When they send out their ticket package, they'll kind of describe everything, but just to give you, in my opinion, a little taste of what everything is, you've got, obviously, Kinetic Gaia, I think it's called this year, which is your main stage. It is a sight to see. I recommend, even if you're not into the main stage acts, going there to see something at some point. They usually have screens on either end, and then it's some sort of theme. They have fireworks going off. Normally in between each act, they have some sort of like performance go on. So definitely get to the Kinetic Gaia this year. The next one is Wasteland, which is where all of the hardstyle music happens. It's always set up as some sort of city that's been destroyed. Last year it was San Francisco. It's been New York and all different things. It's intense. It's really intense. But right next to that is normally the bass pod, which all my bass heads, I love. This might be my favorite design. I don't want to go so far as to say that because there's a lot of cool designs, but this might be my favorite design. But it's freaking hot. It's really hot in there, but the lighting is on another level. So check out Bass Pod. Next to that, last year was Circuit Grounds, which they had opened up into like a 360-degree experience. For me, it was like a second main stage. There were like really big artists competing for spots. So definitely check out Circuit Grounds. It's beautiful. I watch the fireworks there like almost every night. Next would be Neon Garden, which is more of like your tech house kind of music, techno. It's the one that's shaped like a pyramid. Really beautiful. There's like a huge disco ball in it. I've never spent any time in there, but I'll always walk through when I'm taking the lap with my group. Next stage is Cosmic Meadow, which is one of my personal favorites for my trap fam out there. That's where you're gonna have all your trap music, like a lot of hip-hop, R&B. The cool thing about Cosmic Meadow is it's facing those bleachers, So it's a meadow. It's literally like on grass. It's the only grassy area in the entire arena. So if you want to go like hang out, you can sit on the bleachers. You can watch the stage from there. Again, I highly suggest for your first time going up to the top of the bleachers, making that walk, and just checking out the view there. There's some smaller stages too. So there's the upside down house, which is literally a house flips upside down and someone's performing in one of the windows. It's super cool to look at. It's usually a little bit of smaller names, but take a walk through there. There's the 7-Up stage, which is also smaller scale. Usually there's some sort of like viewing platform that you can go up on and watch. So definitely check that out. There's a boombox car that travels around the festival that somebody's always playing in. Keep an eye out. They'll release the artists that are playing boombox car, but a lot of the times people have like an alias written down because Seven Lions played last year, and I think his name was like DJ Seven or DJ Sven, I don't know what it was, but Seven Lions played. I've seen bingo players like just stroll by on the boombox car, so that's something really cool that's traveling around the whole festival. And last but not least, there's Dream State, which is 3 days of trance music. I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited they gave it its own section. I have no idea what that design is going to look like. It's new for everyone, so can't wait to check that out. That's it for all of kind of like my tips and tricks and what to expect. But I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of advice. Again, I've done this twice, so I'm not like a super experienced person with EDC Las Vegas, but I've done tons and tons of festivals here on the East Coast. Trade candy, meet new people. Like, that is the biggest thing I could probably say you're going to take away from this weekend that's different about Insomniac run events. I think it's just so surrounded by like plur or positive vibes. Everyone is super friendly and they all help each other out. You know, I would definitely say watch out for yourself and your friends. Stay safe, drink water. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Like, this is no joke. It is hours upon hours of dancing. Your body is going to be pushed to the limit, so take care of yourself. Rest up in between the festivals. My schedule was I get there Thursday, I'll go out Thursday night, I'll probably do a pool party Friday, go to the festival all night and morning, sleep all day Saturday long, recover, go to the festival Saturday night, sleep all day Sunday and recover, go to the festival Sunday night, and then my group stays Monday, and we'll just go to the pool and hang out and maybe go out Monday night, but you just need that day. Meeting new people is a huge thing. Just a really quick story I'll tell you. In 2015, when I went with my friends, it was Friday during the second set. We were watching Afrojack, I want to say, and we met this guy. He was there hanging out by himself. We ended up staying the whole weekend with him. And made like a lifelong friend out of it. I ended up going to the festival with him last year, and he's in my group again this year. And seriously, we're from opposite ends of the country, and we've stayed in touch, and like, we're a big rave fam now, and we all go together. So that is a real life experience of a person my friends and I met through EDC Las Vegas. So if you see someone kind of by themselves or hanging out, definitely be open and willing to kind of meet new people. Again, I mentioned this before, but go early. Seriously, you know, you just want to see everything. The last 2 years I went, I would find out about things afterwards, and I'm like, how did I not know that that was happening there? So I personally want to go extra early this year just to walk around and see it. There's a friggin' chapel there. You can literally watch people getting married. We walked by that. Apparently there was a whole like town where you could send postcards, and there was a movie theater. What the hell? I had no idea any of this was going on. You get so wrapped up in the artists that you want to see and the set times. So I suggest going early and going with the flow of things. Don't be too tied down to the sets that you want to see. Sometimes when you're just in the moment, like, you just completely lose track of time, and that's like the most fun, things that are unplanned. So be a little bit flexible with your schedule, and don't stress out if you miss someone. So there's a Smirnoff house. I'm pretty sure they're going to do it again this year. But within the Smirnoff house, it was kind of like a house party. They do post who's playing, but we missed Marcus Schultz's set. Say that 3 times fast. And he was playing in the Smirnoff house, and we kind of like waited on the little line, and you go in. It was a small room. He's literally just sitting there DJing like a house party. I'll definitely include that video in there later just so you can see what that was like. It was unreal. He was just right in front of us. I'm playing a set, and so that kind of stuff is going on too. So also check out the Smirnoff House if you can. I recommend that. Again, take care of yourself and your friends. Stay hydrated. Eat something. Take some Advil. Rest your body. Lastly, getting home. I've had two very different experiences. 2015, they did not have their shit together, and getting home was a literal nightmare. But it got better by the end. Last year, they seemed to have nailed it down. So the lines are typical. If you're going to try and leave at 5:30 when the festival is over, obviously expect to be waiting on that line for a long, long time. And if you don't like long lines, leave a little bit before the festival is over. But they usually do a pretty good job of loading the buses up, the shuttles up pretty quickly to get you guys out of there. You guys, I really hope this was helpful. Seriously, if you have any questions, leave them below. I can't even express my joy for you going for your first time this year. I have the best memories of my life. I have new friends. Have fun, get creative with your outfits, go see new people. Have fun in Vegas. Vegas is probably like one of my favorite cities. You're gonna love it if you've never been there. Questions, leave them below. Like I mentioned, this is gonna be the first video in a series of EDC videos that I'm gonna be putting out. Each is going to be a little bit different. I'll probably have a pack with me, a rave outfit, some makeup tutorial, and I'm probably going to be doing like frequently asked questions just to cover anything that I missed for maybe some of you who have done this festival before. Like this video if this was helpful for you. Help a sister out. Subscribe if you want to see some of that new content coming out. Below I've put links to my Instagram accounts. I have a beauty account at Emma Capotis Beauty, and my normal account, my personal account at Emma Capotis, where I post a lot of my shows and pictures from concerts and raves and things. I appreciate you guys watching. Stick around. I'm going to put in a bunch of videos from the last 2 years that you guys can hopefully enjoy and have the best time at EDC. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.
I will always kick out the epic motherfucker.
Alright, let's do something fun. Are you guys ready to jump with me? And I mean everybody jump with me. You guys in the back. Hello. You guys in the VIP. Come on, can you hear me? Are you guys ready to jump with me? Let's go.